is Redfeather from GrepHacks. In this Krita video, we will be showing you how to put your curved text into animation. Also, at the end of this Krita video, we will show you how to render the animation. If you are not familiar with how to create curved text in Krita, please see our last video called Krita Curved Text and Exporting. Open Krita. Once you have created your curved text, go to your Krita timeline, go to the frame spot next to the 0 frame, right-click, and click Copy Frame. Then, drag the new frame to the frame 6 position. This will leave 5 in-betweening frames. We will use them in a minute. Highlight frame 6 if not already. Go to the empty frame next to it, right-click, and copy frame. Move this frame to the frame 12 slot. Copy frame 12, moving that to the empty frame 18 slot. Then copy that frame, copying all the way until frame 27. After this is done, go to your animation area, change your end time to 27. Then go back to your timeline and highlight frame 0. Then go to your toolbox, click on the outline selection tool. Draw an outline around the text, making sure to connect the lines. Notice in my outlining, I am coming a bit close to my text. This will cause some problems, as I will show you. Once you are done outlining your text, go to the toolbox, click on Transform a Layer or a Selection tool. Notice there should now be a box around the text. Go to one of the corners, hovering until you see a circle. This will allow us to spin the text. Once this is done, go to an edge or corner until an arrow is achieved. This edge arrow will allow us to shrink the text to a smaller size. Once you have chosen what appears to be a good rotation and size, go back to the toolbox, click on the brush tool, then go to the title bar and click on the selection menu. Scroll down to deselect and click. Go to the canvas, painting the areas that are now white due to the movement of the text. Now, because I had outlined so closely, I have to readjust my brush size in order to get close to my text. To avoid this, do not outline so close. Once this is done, go to the Krita timeline and copy the first frame 0 all the way to frame 6. Then, if you would like, give it a quick playback. Then, highlight frame 6. Go back to the Krita toolbox, click on the outline selection tool, and place an outline around your text. Remember, not too close. Once this is done, go back to the Krita toolbox, click on the transform a layer or a selection tool, and adjust your rotation and size to what you think would be good. And in order to confirm this, go to the Krita timeline, click on frame 15. Notice this allows you to see your prior adjustment and the ones you have just made. Once this is done and you are happy, go back to the Krita title bar and click on the selection menu and click deselect. Then in the Krita toolbox, click on the brush tool, and on the canvas, paint in the needed areas. Notice I can now use a much bigger brush without worry of distorting my text. Once this is done, go back to the Krita timeline, copy this newly adjusted frame all the way to frame 11. Once this is done, go back to the Krita toolbox, click the Outline Selection tool, and outline the text once again. Then go back to the toolbox, clicking on the Transform a Layer or a Selection tool. On the Krita canvas, adjust your angle and size as needed. Then go back to the timeline, clicking frame 11 to confirm your adjustment. If you are happy, go back to the Krita toolbox, click on the brush tool, then go to the title bar, click on the selection menu, and click deselect. Go to the Krita canvas, painting all needed areas, then go to the timeline, copy frame 12 to frame 16. Now go to the Krita animation box and give it a playback. Make any needed adjustments, such as with the FPS or otherwise. Now it is time to render the Krita animation. Go to the Layers box. Make sure that Layer 2 is highlighted. Right-click and scroll down to Merge with Layer below and click. Then go to the title bar, click on File, scroll down to Render Animation, and click. When the Krita Render Animation window appears, make sure your last frame is the same as your end frame. Then look at the FPS, making sure it is the same as you set. Then look at the box that says ffmpeg, making sure it states your ffmpeg. Then look at the box that says render. Assure you are rendering to your preferred format. Then in the video location box, click on the folder icon to choose a location to render to. And where it says Untitled, give your animation a name. Then click OK. I hope you have enjoyed this Krita tutorial and found it helpful in some fashion. And if so, then why not give this video a like? And while you're at it, why not become a subscriber and ring that bell in order to be notified your way of newly released videos. I mean, after all, it is free. The intro and extra of this video has been provided by none other than Alex Abayu1 from his YouTube channel. Thank you in advance. I am out.